Hey guys, Mitch from Level Up Bassin. So it's that time of the year. Everybody on YouTube's got their top five, their Christmas lists, their things you gotta buy, and all that good stuff. Well, I just winterized the boat. I just took out everything. I got it in my basement in piles. Now I gotta go through it. I ended up finding five things that, you know what, I never really thought were gonna be the best things on my boat, but they ended up. I used them all summer long, every tournament I fished. And I think those are the things that are valuable. Those are the things that you want to find in your boat and have in your boat. So it's not really a Christmas list. It's just the top five things that I've used over the summer. Now they might surprise you because I'll tell you what, they're not electronics and they're not super expensive. Stick around. I'll show you what they are. So guys, before we get going, Level Up Bassin is something new. I started this channel basically just to put together videos for the people who fish. I don't have decals all over my boat. I don't have decals all over my truck, but I do fish a lot of tournaments. I enjoy being on the water and I enjoy trying to figure out these fish and how to catch more of them. So if you subscribe to the channel, it would help out a lot. All right, so it's time to bring out the top five lists. First one, it's not even really tackle. It's just an accessory. It's something you need on your boat. Super glue. Yep, super glue. Home Depot, the supermarket, the hardware store, anywhere you want, you can find it. This right here is not in focus, but you know what it is. Loctite super glue, no mess lid. When you're fishing Ned baits, when you're fishing anything that's rubber that the fish are just picking at and pulling them off the hooks, a dab of super glue between your jig head and the plastic, once they marry up, you'll go from catching one or two fish on it to catching 20 or 30. A little bit of super glue, a $3 or $4 bottle will save you, not hundreds, but a couple packages of worms. If they're picking at it and ripping them in half, this will save your baits and you'll catch more fish. Number two is something I found a few years back. I've probably bought two or three of them since. It's a little set of snips. They come in two sizes. There's one with an elongated type of snip end to it, but they cut through everything. This cuts through braid like butter. You just squeeze it, boom, you're on to the next thing. You can get really tight to the eye, so in case you cut off line before and there's still that little loop right there, you just get in, quick little snip, and you're done. It's got a little lanyard thingy on it, which, you know, if it's raining and you got rain gear on, you can clip it right to the pocket. Quick access, easy access. But it's the best line snipper you can get, and I'll link to it below. So number three isn't for you. Well, it's for you, but it's kind of for the fish. It's a hook remover. It's the simplest concept in the world. Basically, let's say you fish in the wind, you throw something out there, you get a bite, you bring it in, and the hook's way in the back. You can't get your hands in there. Unless it's a 5-pounder, you might be able to. But something like this guy right here. It's just basically like a syringe. Squeeze down. You can see the little hook on the top. When you squeeze down, what it does is it loops around the hook, and you can move it around, bring it in, bring it out, boom, fish is off, back swimming before you know it. What I do like about it is occasionally you get those stubborn hooks where you got to go through the gills. It's smooth. So if you go through the gill plate and you can get to the hook that way, you're not going to nick the gills, you're not going to bleed them, they're not going to bleed out, no issues. It's basically like I said, it's for the fish. Why not? So we're on to number four. Number four is probably one of my most essential items. During the summer, July and August, when it's hot and you don't want to be on the water at noon, it's just you're baking in the sun, I'll tell you what, night fishing's the way to go. My club, we actually fish night tournaments, and at 2 or 3 in the morning, I'll tell you what, the big ones come out to play. Obviously, fishing at night, you need some sort of light. Fenix has headlamps that are unbelievable. They are the Fenix, the HL50, and then my newest go-to is the HM50R. The difference is the HM50R is rechargeable and it has a red light to it. So the red light does not destroy your night vision. Obviously, it's got all the other modes. You can get it as bright as you want, and I'll tell you what, you can light up the pond with this thing. amazing headlamp in a small package. You can wear it all night and it works really, really well. Number 5, if you fish tournaments, you have seen everybody come in at the end. They go to their boat, they get their weigh-in bags, they're all blacked out so you can't see what fish are in them. And what do? They put them in the bags, they walk around with them, they get them to the weigh-in. They're all shaped like a V. So you can't put the bag on the ground because it'll fall over, it'll spill over. And yes, some of them have a zipper and some of them have a mesh liner and all that good stuff. It all works out great, but you got to keep this thing balanced. You got to hold on to it. You got to do all this stuff and juggle it. So I found a solution. This right here is my weigh bag, not my gym bag. It is by Frabill and it's square. It's got a bottom that's flat. It stands up on its own. It has a mesh bag on the inside that you can remove. There you go. The inside, yes, I know it's dirty. It gets used. It's a weigh bag. But has supports to keep it in the shape you need, so you can fill this thing with a ton of water with the mesh bag inside, have your fish stay alive and healthy, and leave it on the ground. It stands up on its own. You're not juggling. This is an awesome weigh bag. The one downside is it holds a ton of water and it's heavy. Depending on how big your fish are and how many you have and all that good stuff, you know, you might not want to completely fill it with water, or else you're going to be lugging around a ton of weight. The handles are great. It's got a heavy-duty zipper. So that top 5 list are the things that I use just about every single tournament. You know, those are the ones that are valuable to me. Hopefully you like them. I'll link to them all down below. If you like the video, subscribe. I got more coming. If you have any comments, any questions, or you want to ask about anything else, throw it my way. I'll make a video, and we'll see what's going on. Have a great one. Hopefully the winter goes quick, and see everybody on the water.